Good afternoon and welcome to NYFP. This is your weekly technology segment from the NASDAQ. The latest earnings reports from the tech bellwethers were in focus this week, but the shakeup of key management and executive roles at major companies were also closely being watched. Mountain View, California-based Google reported earnings that soared past expectations. But following the earnings report, the company announced that Eric Schmidt would be stepping down as its chief executive. Co-founder Larry Page will be stepping up as CEO in early April. Schmidt will remain as an advisor and assume the role of executive chairman. Meanwhile, Hewlett-Packard also announced its own shakeup in the wake of its former chief executive Mark Hurd's dismissal. 4 directors will not be seeking re-election and 5 new directors will be joining HP's governing body. The annual stockholder meeting will be taking place in March, and the 4 directors who will be departing will remain until then. Meanwhile, amongst the new members, former eBay CEO Meg Whitman, former Alcatel-Lucent CEO Patricia Russo, and former GE CIO Gary Reiner will be coming on board. Earlier this week, Apple CEO Steve Jobs announced his indefinite medical leave from the company. Jobs will remain as chief executive, but daily operations were handed over to COO Tom Cook. This is not the first time that the Cupertino, California-based company's CEO has taken medical leave, but this has raised some questions about the future of the tech giant. And in other highlights, the Nintendo 3DS will be arriving in late March. The handheld gaming device will launch with much anticipation for $250 US. The Nintendo gadget will allow gamers to play video games in 3D without the need for special glasses. There will be 2 display screens, with the top screen for images and the bottom screen acting as a touchscreen. Nintendo will release over 30 games for the Nintendo 3DS by early summer. Another special feature of the 3DS device is the ability to take 3D photos. They can be displayed on the screen as well. And the device will come equipped with 3 cameras, 1 that faces the player and 2 cameras that face outward and can take photos. The 3DS will come in 2 colors, Cosmo Black and Aqua Blue. It will also come loaded with both applications and games. And now that the commotion over the Verizon iPhone has eased, many critics are weighing both the pros and cons of data plans as well as other competing wireless networks. The first iPhone commercial for Verizon was released on Thursday. The 30-second ad does not show an actual iPhone, but illustrates the extent to which some consumers have been waiting for the Apple smartphone to land on the Verizon network. Interestingly enough, some critics have mentioned that Verizon's ad makes no mention of its competitor, AT&T, and also that Verizon customers have been waiting for the iPhone to arrive on the national carrier. And that does wrap it up for a weekly technology segment from the NASDAQ. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.